For Kasungu Northeast to be out of order for what she said as in reflection to what the Honorable Minister was saying in terms of English proficiency and all that. You had ruled, and we appreciate that ruling, Honorable Speaker, but then the Honorable Minister himself, in responding to the point of order, did reflect on the Honorable Member that his English is better than hers. First Deputy Speaker, is that in order? Is that in order? A reflection on an Honorable Member that his English is better than hers. Is that in order?
Thank you very much. Order, members. Order. Honour members, I would like to assume that all honour members in the House are very literate enough to understand and communicate in the Queen's language. Every counter-arguments will not lead us anywhere. And I would like to rule that reflecting on any member of this House, as including, I would like to rule all reflections to be specific. The reflections on from the Honourable Member for Kasungu to the Honourable Minister of Education, and from the Honourable Minister of Education to the Honourable Member of Kasungu are not appreciated, and I rule them out of order. Honour members, as directed or guided by the leader, we have a question on Standing Order 14. Leader. I know, leader, or deputy leader, deputy leader, do you know who is the honorable member asking that question? Because we are not seeing it in here. We want to record the honorable member who is asking. Is it the honorable member for Mangochi?
Mwanza Central, Honorable First Deputy Speaker, sir.
Thank you very much, Deputy Leader, for responding to that. I will now recognize. Why are you raising, Honorable Member? We have taken enough point of orders. Well, let's proceed to that question. Let's proceed to that question, then I'll recognize you for point of order. Let's take that question from Mwanza Central. Mwanza Central, you have the floor.
Thank you very much, Mr. First Deputy Speaker. Indeed, I rise on a matter of urgent public importance under Standing Order 14.
Honorable Minister of Justice, you have the floor.
Can I proceed?
Yeah, please, Honourable Member, proceed with the question.
Thank you very much, Mr. First Deputy Speaker. Mr. First Deputy Speaker, there is a matter that is very important to the nation. This issue was brought in this House in our first meeting. It is to do with the tragic accident that happened at Shikangawa. The matter was referred to the Minister of Justice, and I wanted to find out the progress, where we are now, because Malawians out there are waiting. UTM as a party is waiting. I believe there are a lot of people interested to know where we are and how do we move from here. So that is the question that I have this this afternoon to the Honorable Minister of Justice. Thank you very much, Mr. First Deputy Speaker.
Thank you very much. Honourable members, And leader, just to let you know that this question, it will be tackled today because of the importance of this question. But this question is appearing on notices. It's not yet activated to the order paper of today. It is still on the order paper. But if you can check, it is appearing on the notices for upcoming business. So we will not labor you to move a motion on for a new order paper or supplementary order paper because of this question, but just to report to say, next time we want such a question to be taken, can we make sure we include it on the active order paper so all members can follow? But for the importance of this question, I'll take my discretion to allow this question to be taken. Thank you. Why are you raising, Honourable Member? We want the Minister of Justice to respond.
Yes, Chair. Thank you that you have tackled already. I think because I had said it. It's, apart from that, it's coming on upcoming business. The standing order, which is now being asked, is 14. On the order paper, it's saying standing order 69. So I thought that normal also has to be corrected. It's under 69 and on upcoming business. And the question is asked under standing 14 now. On the order paper, it's under 69. So I thought that can also be corrected. But we all agree we need this to be tackled today, but we just wanted to correct it. That's why I was standing.
Thank you very much for that. And you are so correct in your submissions. I think the honourable member, your question is under Standing Order 69, and it will continue from this. I will advise the table to make those corrections, and that it continues to appear under Standing Order 69 for record of this House. Thank you. Honourable Member, why are you raising?
Yeah, Mr. First Deputy Speaker, sir, I just wanted to clarify that I had submitted a similar question under Standing Order 14 on Thursday, the 18th of February. So maybe the question that's being referred to is my question, but it's the same, it's under the same subject. I submitted. Mutsutsajan. I submitted it.
Thank you very much. It looks like the Honourable Member for Lilongwe Mpenu submitted a similar question on Standing Order 14, and the Honourable Member for Mwanza Central submitted under Standing Order 69. The two questions are similar, and can I request, if it pleases you, Honourable Minister, to respond to both concerns right now. Honourable Minister, you have the floor. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Can I be heard now? Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Mr. First Deputy Speaker, sir. First of all, allow me to thank the Honourable Member for Mwanza Central, and now that I've been informed that the member for, is it Lilongwe Mpenu, asked a similar question, let me thank Honourable First Deputy Speaker, sir, the two honourable members for their question. The question that I had on notice was from the member for Mwanza Central, and indeed it is a question on a matter of significant national interest. The honourable members asked my ministry to present a progress report, or indeed the status of what was termed as the Chikangawa plane crash that was referred to my ministry by His Excellency, the State President, Professor Arthur Peter Mutharika. Mr. First Deputy Speaker, sir, allow me, because of the importance of the question that I'm going to answer, to give a very brief background to this matter. Mr. First Deputy Speaker, sir, on 10th June 2024, a domestic flight of a military aircraft called the Donia 228/202 with a call sign AF88M, called Malawi 2 because it was carrying the first Vice President, departed Kamuzu International Airport in Lilongwe, Malawi, to Mzuzu Airport in the north. On board the aircraft, Mr. First Deputy Speaker, sir, were 6 passengers, including the Right Honorable Dr. Saulos Klaus Chilima, Vice President of the Republic of Malawi, and 3 crew members. The aircraft, unfortunately, did not reach Mzuzu Airport as it crashed at Ntungwa Hill in the Chikangawa Forest in Katabe District, killing all passengers and crew on board. Mr. First Deputy Speaker, sir, the deceased passengers on board that aircraft were the late Dr. Saulos Klaus Chilima, Vice President of the Republic of Malawi, the late Her Excellency Madam Patricia Shaniru Zimbiri Muluzi, former First Lady and the advisor in the Office of the Vice President, late Mr. Abdul Kingston Lapukeni, the Deputy Chief of Protocol in the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, Assistant Commissioner of Police, late Lucas Kapeni, the Vice President's Guard Commander, the late Inspector Chisomo Chimameni, the late Vice President's aide de camp, and the late Mr. Daniel Friday Kanyemba, the late Vice President's medical officer. Mr. Speaker, sir, Mr. First Deputy Speaker, sir, the deceased crew members, for record purposes, comprise the following: the late Colonel Owen Louis Sambalopa, pilot in command of that aircraft, the late Major Flores Rex Selemani, co-pilot and first officer, and the late Major Wallace Jordan Aidin, the flight engineer. The crew members were all service members of the Malawi Air Force, one of the 4 specialized services of the Malawi Defense Force, the MDF. Mr. First Deputy Speaker, sir, after 10th June 2024, it took 4 months after that tragic aircraft accident for the former President of Malawi, Dr. Lazarus Makafe Chakwera, to exercise his powers under Section 2.1 of the Commission of Inquiry Act to appoint a Commission of Inquiry, which he did on 25th October 2025 to inquire into this air crash accident. The former President, in appointing that Commission of Inquiry, gave the Commission of Inquiry up to 30th November 2024 to conclude the inquiry and submit its report to the President. Mr. First Deputy Speaker, sir, prior to appointing the Commission of Inquiry, this August House should know that the Malawi government had also requested the Federal Republic of Germany to assist in the investigation into this aircraft accident, and the Federal Republic of Germany sent the BFU to investigate the aircraft accident. Mr. First Deputy Speaker, sir, the Commission of Inquiry submitted its report on 14th December 2024. Again, the BFU submitted 2 reports, an interim report and a final investigation report. I'm saying these things for the reason that I'm going to give you later on. Mr. First Deputy Speaker, sir, on 16 September 2025, Malawi conducted tripartite elections in which His Excellency Professor Arthur Peter Mutharika and the Democratic Progressive Party won the election with a resounding win. On or about 4th October 2025, His Excellency Professor Arthur Peter Mutharika, President of the Republic of Malawi, made his first national address and informed the nation that once he appoints the Minister of Justice and Constitutional Affairs, that minister should review the reports of the investigations into the tragic aircraft accident which happened on 10th June 2024 and make recommendations to His Excellency the President. Fortunately, Mr. First Deputy Speaker, that Minister of Justice is myself. Mr. First Deputy Speaker, sir, I am pleased to report to this august House that I duly, as your Minister of Justice, reviewed all the reports of the investigations into the aircraft accident which happened on 10th June 2024 at Ntungwa in Chikangawa in Nkatabe District. Mr. First Deputy Speaker, sir, my review of the reports revealed several gaps in the investigations and findings about this particular accident. Mr. First Deputy Speaker, sir, I wish to inform the august House that the interim report by the BFU was published before conclusion of the investigations by the BFU. As such, that interim report was not conclusive on the cause of that accident. In particular, Mr. First Deputy Speaker, sir, the interim investigation report by the BFU was not conclusive on the cause of the aircraft accident on 10th June 2024. More particularly, the interim report by the BFU did not attribute the air crash accident to bad weather because at the time of publication of that interim report, the BFU had not received the expert opinion from the German Meteorological Services, which the BFU had asked to compile the meteorological expert report opinion concerning the weather conditions along the flight path, and in particular, in the area of the accident site. Mr. First Deputy Speaker, sir, my review also revealed that the terms of reference of the Commission of Inquiry were unduly narrow, particularly with respect to the scope of the inquiry and also to the limited time frame which His Excellency the former President gave to the Commission of Inquiry to release their findings. Furthermore, the integrity of the Commission of Inquiry was negatively impacted by resignations of 2 commissioners during the course of the investigations. In particular, Mr. First Deputy Speaker, sir, one of the commissioners resigned after serving the commission for more than 3 weeks, up to 21st November 2024. The commission did not give details of the circumstances of these 2 resignations. These resignations are significant and, in my opinion, Mr. First Deputy Speaker, sir, affected the integrity and impartiality of the inquiry. Mr. First Deputy Speaker, sir, the Commission of Inquiry also reported that some witnesses who had been summoned declined to testify before the Commission. The Commission reported that 3 witnesses who had been summoned did not appear before the Commission of Inquiry, namely, 1 spouse of one of the deceased members of the crew, Pastor Abraham Kandawire, and 1 Dr. Charles Zamarara, an observer pathologist to one of the autopsies, who was also invited to testify to the Commission, but he declined. Mr. First Deputy Speaker, sir, the Commission also reported very poor response from the general public on the call for information that the Commission widely publicized in all media channels. The Commission reported that less than 5 people showed interest to testify and only 2 were heard by the Commission, as the rest of the people who showed interest to testify grew, and I'm quoting from the report, grew cold feet and never responded, end of quote, to the Commission's follow-ups on their proposed testimonies. Mr. First Deputy Speaker, sir, The above factors, in my opinion, clearly show that the Commission of Inquiry operated in an environment in which witnesses were constrained for fear of possible political reprisals. This greatly affected the integrity of the results of the Commission of Inquiry. On the other hand, Mr. First Deputy Speaker, sir, in several aspects, the final investigation report by the BFU relied heavily on the evidence and conclusions drawn from the Commission of Inquiry, whose integrity I found to be wanting. More particularly, the BFU attributed the cause of the accident to weather conditions on the strength of the evidence and findings in the Commission of Inquiry report. Mr. First Deputy Speaker, sir, in view of the totality of these factors and other factors, I had the view that investigations into the accident failed to provide conclusions and final closure to the aircraft accident which happened on 10th June 2024. Mr. First Deputy Speaker, sir, it is for these reasons that I, as Minister of Justice and Constitutional Affairs, recommended to His Excellency the State President that it was necessary to carry out a fresh inquiry or investigation into the accident of 10th June 2024. At this juncture, Mr. First Deputy Speaker, sir, let me put it on record that a document which was circulating from yesterday on social media purporting to come from my office is a fake document. Mr. First Deputy Speaker, sir, I wish to report that this August House has pleased to direct that indeed a fresh inquiry and investigation should be carried out into the accident that took place on 10th June 2024. Mr. First Deputy Speaker, sir, I have the honor to report and inform this August House that Section 56, subsection 6 of the Constitution of the Republic of Malawi vests the power in this Parliament to establish any committee of its members for the performance of the functions of this Parliament. Furthermore, Section 60, subsection 3 of the Constitution gives the Parliament the power to conduct investigation on any matter. Mr. First Deputy Speaker, sir, this August House is, in my opinion, and according to His Excellency the President, is the constitutional organ of this state that represents all Malawians across the political divide. It is for this reason, Mr. First Deputy Speaker, sir, that His Excellency the President, His Excellency Professor Arthur Peter Mutharika, has now directed that the fresh inquiry and investigation into the Chikangawa plane crash on 10th June 2024 be conducted by a committee to be established by this House. Mr. First Deputy Speaker, sir, as your Minister of Justice and the experience that I've had in reviewing the reports, my only advice that I can give to this August House, that once the committee of this House has been constituted, that committee should be supported by a technical expertise in air crash investigations. I thank you very much, Mr. First Deputy Speaker. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Honourable members, let's resume our seats. Honourable Minister, thank you very much for responding to the call from Malawians, and indeed the call for two honourable members of this House who requested the question on the update that you have provided. We did not follow our standing orders on how much time allocated to you because of the sensitivity of the issue you were responding to and the importance of the same issue to the public. As of now, honourable members, I will take 3 supplementary questions. So I would like us to remove impasse and technicalities. If it's a block, agree on the question. So that if I point one person this side, one person this side, one person the other side, it should represent the wishes of a block. I don't want someone to say, you pick me, you pick this one, you pick this one, because it's only 3 supplementary questions. The owner of the question, that side.
Thank you very much, Mr.
Yeah, let's take that question first, and then I'll come to you. I'll come to you, Whip. I'll come to you, Whip. Whip, I'll come to you. I'll come to you. Yeah, the owner of the question, please.
Thank you very much, Right Honourable First Deputy Speaker. I want to thank the Honourable Minister for the response and also the guidance that he provided to the President. As UTM, and I believe many Malawians, we have been vindicated. All along when we said we are not convinced with the inquiries, I think many people thought it was politics. But I think now, coming from an expert of law, we have been vindicated. My question, I'm very surprised, Honourable First Deputy Speaker, that my colleague there submitted a question similar to mine, but is the one disputing what the Honourable Minister has been saying. So I don't know what was his intention, asking a question to the Minister. He's always mumbling and mumbling. This issue is a serious issue, Honourable Minister. Honourable Member, this is a serious issue, and it requires proper attention.
Members, order. Address the chair, Honourable Maza.
Thank you very much.
Honourable members, order. Honourable Lilongwe Mpenu, please. Honourable member for Mwanza Central, avoid reflecting on a fellow honourable member. When you rise, you address the chair.
Thank you very much.
Honourable member, address the chair, honourable member.
Apologies, Right Honourable First Deputy Speaker. You know, this issue is very emotional. Some of us, this issue gets into our nerves. So I apologize for that. My question, Right Honourable First Deputy Speaker, is how are we going to, how is Parliament going to include experts in this issue? That's number one. Number two, there are criminal elements already that can be seen. How can the Honourable Minister, or rather other ministries, come in as the inquiry is taking place? Because we have experts that can also do criminal investigation in this matter. How do we proceed with that arrangement as Parliament is moving on with the inquiry? I'm asking about experts because I know here in Parliament we may lack some expertise. How are we going to proceed in that manner? Thank you very much.
Leader, please. We have the leader here. Then we'll continue after the leader.
First Deputy Speaker, I beg to move that that time be extended to allow those that have got questions to ask, and then the Minister to respond to those questions. I beg to move.
Leader, honour members, we have a question on the floor. The motion is to allow time extension for the supplementary questions to be tackled and responded to by the Honourable Minister of Justice. Those of that opinion say aye. Aye. Those of the contrary opinion say say no. The ayes have it and the motion is carried. The honourable member for the Zakasina, Whip, you are rising on a point of order? Is that a question or a point of order? A question. I will do it this way. Whip gets precedence. So Whip as a leader, you come first, and then the owner of the question will be given the opportunity, and then you.
Thank you very much. First Deputy Speaker. First Deputy Speaker, thank you very much for giving the people of the Zamulunduni this opportunity to say a word. First, I appreciate the guidance that you gave that we'll stand and respond in blocks. I thought I should raise a reservation, not reflecting on your ruling or the guidance, Honourable Speaker, but this matter being a very important matter, generating a lot of interest from the members, and having come on the floor without prior notice that this matter be brought on the floor, it would be extremely difficult for one speaker to represent a block. I thought I should first submit that. But listening to the Honourable Minister of Justice, first I want to appreciate Honourable Minister for taking your time to give a response to this House. And let me also appreciate Honourable Mwanza Central. The Mwanza Central Honourable has not carried his own prayer or the prayer of UTM alone. He, along with the other owner of the same question, are carrying a prayer for the entire nation. This is something that the country would want to see a closure on. The families would want to see a closure if possible. All those that lost their beloved ones and the nation at large would want to see this matter giving the responses that really would soothe our hearts and say, this is a true reflection of what happened to cause that accident. And listening to the Honourable Minister further, he indicates that this House will constitute a committee that should do the other investigation. It's a recommendation. Well, thank you for that. But I wanted to suggest, Honourable Minister, if possible, this House being a political House, and we will agree that this matter, in one way or another, has been politicized, whether directly or indirectly. And there is that possibility that leaving this kind of a crucial issue to Parliament and only bringing technocrats and other experts from outside as visitors into the committee may not really bring out the desired justice that Malawians would want to see. Our recommendation, or my recommendation, would be that the presidency should come up with a committee, a national committee that's going to comprise experts, and should there be a need for a joint committee with Parliament, let that be. But First Deputy Speaker, to leave this to Parliament, a house of parliamentarians, of politicians only, it may not bring out the result that Malawians want. Lastly, I would want to request that from the budget that is coming this week, the Honourable Minister of Finance must make sure that sufficient resources are allocated towards this inquiry. So the Honourable Minister of Finance has to make sure that there are sufficient resources. There must be sufficient resources in the budget for the carrying out of this investigation. Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you. Mpenu, Ulilongo Mpenu.
Thank you, Mr. First Deputy Speaker, sir. I would like to say, Mr. First Deputy Speaker, that the 10th of June, 2024, goes down in history as the most somber and solemn day in the history of this nation. Mr. First Deputy Speaker, our colleagues on the other side, the DPP, when campaigning, they told this nation that as soon as they got into office, they would put together a fresh inquiry into this tragedy. And we were all made pregnant with expectation that a fresh investigation into this tragedy would be conducted. Now, whilst we respect the advice that the Minister of Justice has given to the head of state, and whilst we respect the constitutional provisions that give mandate to this House to put together a committee that would carry out an investigation into any matter of national interest, Mr. First Deputy Speaker, as the whip this side indicated, allowing this House to investigate this matter would be to reduce the weight of this matter. Mr. First Deputy Speaker, when I submitted this question, understanding Order 14, my expectation and the expectation of this side was that the executive would put together a and not leaving that to us, politicians, to carry out an investigation into this tragedy. It will be very unfair. We are not being fair to this nation. We are not being fair to the families affected. We are not being fair to anybody if we try to belittle this by saying that this matter should be investigated by a committee of Parliament. Mr. First Deputy Speaker, that is not fair to this nation. And it is not fair to the families affected. May I request, therefore, that the executive put together a team of experts that will carry out fresh investigation into this tragedy. I so submit, Mr. First Deputy Speaker, sir.
There is a point of order from Honourable Minister of Local Government, on a point of order, Minister of Local Government, and then Deputy Whip. Oh, you're yielding. Thank you.
Thank you very much, First Deputy Speaker. Is it that the committees of this House be subjected to some sort of undermining in a way? We represent everyone else in the country. Somewhere else in South Africa, somewhere else in the US, there have been inquiries that have been public and they have been done in Parliament because it is a House of Representatives. I therefore wonder whether it is in order that we can publicly undermine the committees of this House. I think that it is right and proper that we present our facts without necessarily, because we are not all accountants here, but we are able to inquire through the Public Accounts Committee. We are not all experts in accounts, but we are able to inquire into issues of accounting through Public Accounts Committee. We are not all lawyers. We are able to inquire into legal matters through the Legal Affairs Committee. That publicly we can undermine the committees of this House. I submit.
Thank you very much. For the Honour members' point of orders are raised to the chair, so you cannot be rising to respond. I want to respond this way. The committees of this House have a very huge responsibility. This is the only institution in this republic that represents Malawians, and at no point I would allow the committees to be undermined or looked at them as committees that cannot perform. So I would like to agree with you, Honourable Member, for Cholo Central, that the committees of this House have the constitutional mandate to run the affairs of any type of investigation. So for now, I'll put it that way. I'm not ruling on the request by the minister yet, because we need to consult too. But for now, there's a point of order from there and then a point of order from you. I'll take those 2 points of orders and then close.
Thank you so much, the Right Honourable First Deputy Speaker. In your half ruling, the Right Honourable is correct. And I'm sure I'm speaking on behalf of the nation is also proud to hear that the investigation is going to be taken, the committee is going to be from this Parliament. Let me say this. The First Deputy Speaker APM is so bright and intelligent. And for him to ask the Minister of Justice to say Parliament should do that, he's aware that the one who said the black box is around is here. In here.
Honourable member for Mulanje West. Honourable member.
Yes.
Whip, please resume your seat. Honourable member, I would like to Honourable member, point of order.
No, let me finish.
Honourable member.
I have the right to finish. And I didn't mention the name. I have the right to speak. I didn't mention the name of a person. So I have the right to speak and haven't finished. The first deputy speaker, I haven't finished.
I will give you the floor. I will give you the floor.
No,
you will continue and finish. Let me guide you this way.
Thank you.
This issue, being such an important issue, I would like to ask the whole House to soberly bring our suggestions, because the job to investigate hasn't yet started. It will start, and we don't want... Can we allow you to finish, and then we'll go to the Zagasina, please?
The first deputy speaker, in fact, when the Minister of Justice took the floor, he said a number of several gaps. But the gaps of whether these commission of inquiries they forgot to indicate, maybe these are some of the gaps that the forest was saying it was so thick. And when we went there, it wasn't thick and it was just closer to the road. But also there were some issues that, some issues of saying, in the commission of inquiry, we thought the Minister of Justice is going to talk about the report which was supposed to be coming to us in every 4 hours, but we didn't even hear from there. Those are some of the gaps, whereby the Committee of Parliament is supposed to look into all these. The first deputy speaker, I'm so wondering, because I'm getting a lot of smell from the other side, because they did ask the very same question, but they're making a lot of noise as if you did ask the question, you better remain quiet. No, we are fed of your smell coming
Honourable
from you.
member,
the
address the chair. Address the chair, please.
I'm addressing you, the Right Honourable Speaker. This is my 50th time to come here in Parliament. I know the procedures. I'm addressing you, the first deputy speaker, but I'm just wondering, to people who wanted to blackmail, that they're asking the very same question, in the actual society, they're just making a lot of noise which is not going to help us. Investigation is investigation. The Minister of Justice has told us that the committee is going to come out from here and is going to be supported by a number of experts. Those who didn't appear in the Commission of Inquiry, they're going to be part of them. Those who did the postmortem, they're going to be part of those. Those who made sure, who went to see why the aircraft was alone and the people were in different directions, they're going to be there. Those who were hiding in the forest and taking pictures, and the one who was at the tower, TNM, is going to come and tell us where this the watchman went, the one who was on the tower, the missing person, where is it? They are going to be here. So there's no problem. We salute you, the first deputy speaker, for allowing us to debate on this question and allowing the Minister of Justice to come up and say, we are looking forward to see all these people who might not even go and appear to those people who are going to be summoned. If the committee is not going to come from this parliament, they are going to be afraid. These commissioners of inquiry who resigned, there are a number of reasons which is going to give us that why didn't he go and why did he resign? And these who didn't even go to commission of inquiry, they're going to come and tell us why didn't they appear? They didn't appear when they were called. So this is the right for committee which is going to ask them. Please stop making noise if you did ask this question. The parliament is going to ask. The parliament is going to call and going to make and is going to form this committee. So nobody, if indeed this one, the one whom we lost, the number of people whom we lost, they're also from your heart that you felt the same. There's nobody who's going to make noise than the noises which is going to come from this side. Because these people, they were governing, if they were serious enough, they were supposed to look into those issues. If they didn't know, they didn't even do that. They were just lying and cheating at us. Stop, remain quiet and stop making noise here. We are not small here. We are big enough that we can make this decision. Thanks so much, the first deputy speaker.
Order, members. Let's resume our seats. Honourable members,
What do you mean?
we have a final point of order. A final point of order, and I'll close on this after the minister has responded just the two questions that have been raised. And so that's the point of order. You have the floor, Desagasin.
Thank you so much, the First Deputy Speaker, for recognizing people of... Mr. Speaker, can I be protected?
Order, Mulanje West, order. Order, Mulanje West.
Mr. First Deputy Speaker.
Ndege hizo za bwanji ndege.
You can do better, Minister of Information. Wait for the inquiry. Wait for the inquiry.
Honourable member, address the chair.
Sorry? All right.
You can do better.
Mr. First Deputy Speaker, there's a lot of background.
Order, honourable members.
I need your protection.
Raise your point of order, honourable member. Would like to close on this subject.
All right, Mr. Federal Speaker, mine is not a point of order. It was just only one or two submissions to make to the Minister of Justice. I was listening attentively to his submission, and first let me thank him for bringing up this response, which is of a matter of national importance. If I was listening quite well to his submission, he has mentioned of interim report of German BFU. I haven't heard from him his submission on the final, if the country, as a government, who had a final report from BFU. If there's a final report from BFU, and what is his pronouncement on that final report? And also, if I go looking at how this issue has generated interest in the House, even across the country, because as we all agree, this issue needs a closure. Now, as to the section which he had directed that in our Constitution, Section 89, subsection G, gives the power to the President to appoint a commission of inquiry. The Constitution of Malawi, Section 89, subsection G. It gives the power to the President to appoint inquiry. Now that the President has used his powers to forfeit those powers and give the mandate to the Parliament to do the inquiry, the same section talks of the President to put that decision in writing and using a seal. I hope that is going to make it. But I'll take it to Section 61 of our Constitution, which he has referred to Section 60 about the subsection 3, where the National Assembly has that power, where we're going to do the inquiry. But the same section, if you go in Section 61, it talks about the interest, where members need to declare their interest on any matter under debate. Now, this issue, everyone here agrees that we are all interested in this issue, to get the truth out of this. Now, if you want to get the truth out of this, it means everyone, including you, Chair, you are interested in this matter. And the Constitution says we should declare our interest. Section 61. Section 61. Now, I want to find out, when we are doing the composition out of it, the composition of this inquiry. We are saying we are going to take a technical advice. Are we getting the technical advice from this technical team, or they'll be part of the inquiry? The technical aspects which we are bringing in, are they going to be part of the inquiry on this public inquiry, or they'll be just offering the technical expertise?
Thank you. I will ask the Honourable Minister. Honourable Member for Zomba, for your question. Please, let's go to the question.
Thank you so much, First Deputy Speaker, for allowing the people of Zomba City North to put a submission. First Deputy Speaker, allow me firstly to applaud, to thank His Excellency Professor Arthur Peter Mutharika, the State President of this Republic.
Leaders, avoid avoid reflecting on each other.
First Deputy Speaker,
Please.
as I continue,
Honourable Minister of Information, Honourable Whip, MCP, Honourable Deputy Leader, Government. Let's hear the Honourable Member for Zomba, City North in silence, please.
First Deputy Speaker, sir, I will retake by commending the State President of this Republic, Professor Arthur Peter Mutharika, for allowing that a commission of inquiry be done afresh. And also, First Deputy Speaker, for choosing the able Minister of Justice to spearhead this very same topic that we are discussing on the floor. First Deputy Speaker, sir, this side of the aisle, the other side of the aisle, in particular MCP members, should be the last people to submit or to advise this side of government on how it should conduct the fresh inquiry. First Deputy Speaker, they had all the ample time to do the needful, but they failed. When they were in government, they had all the machinery. They should be the very last people to comment on this issue. First Deputy Speaker, as you are giving the floor to the able minister to answer the questions, I submit that we listen to him silently as he provides solutions to what Malawians are looking for. First Deputy Speaker, I submit. Thank you.
Thank you. Honourable members, I now request the Honourable Minister of Justice to take the floor in responding to the 3 or 4 issues that have been raised, and then we will adjourn for a lunch break. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Honourable First Deputy Speaker, sir. In terms of the supplementary questions, I think I've just captured the 3. The rest were comments and the interjections by way of point of orders. First of all, let me go to the originator of the question. Mwanza Central asked 2 questions in supplementary to the question, how are we going to introduce experts into this issue? I think that was the central thesis of your question. The second one was there are criminal elements. That's what you believe. How will we allow the Minister of Justice or indeed other agencies to deal with those issues while the Parliament is undertaking its inquiries? I think those are the 2 issues. Let me thank the Member of Parliament for Mwanza Central for those 2 supplementary questions. In terms of the expertise, I was recommending that in investigating this matter, the experience that I've had in looking at the various reports and documents, for me as minister to come up with the findings and recommendation to His Excellency the President, I came across issues which I could not deal with myself. As a lawyer, I needed the expertise. It is with that cognizance, taking cognizance of that matter, that I was recommending that when Parliament institutes or constitutes an ad hoc committee to do the inquiry, as His Excellency has directed, it must be supported. It must be supported by experts, especially on aircraft investigations. And these experts must include international experts. And that's my recommendation. Without expertise, the committee, any inquiry will be on face value, will have no value, because it will just be asking questions. As regards the issue of criminality, as regards the issue of criminality, let me say it here. Let me put, Mr. First Deputy Speaker, sir, let me put it on record that any elements of criminality in this matter must be dealt with by agencies that deal with criminal issues. And as the Minister of Justice, in support from the Minister of Homeland Security, we are not going to take this matter lying down. I didn't want Mr. First Deputy Speaker, sir, to preempt by introducing a lot of the things which I've found in this, because I'm recommending that the committee should investigate. But let me assure the August House that my findings, coupled with the findings that will come from this Parliament, and if this Parliament agrees that there are criminal elements, those criminal elements will be dealt with decisively. Let me go to Deza Mulunduni. Deza Mulunduni raised two issues. The first one was the politics surrounding this matter. The second one was issues of finance to support the incoming inquiry. This one I will defer to the Minister of Finance to deal with it, and that now we are going to have a debate on the budget. I encourage Deza Mulunduni to raise that matter when it comes to budget discussion, and move the Minister of Finance to include in the budget for this particular, to deal with this particular matter. However, when it comes to politicization of this matter, I said, Mr. First Deputy Speaker, sir, in my report to the August House, that in the view of His Excellency the President, and in my view, this August House is a representative of all Malawians, irrespective of the political divide. It is my view and my belief that if we are going to depoliticize this matter, it must be dealt with by this Parliament. The moment we go into government side, the executive, instituting a commission of inquiry again, it will be taken to be political. But this House is the only House, that's my belief, that is neutral, representing all Malawians who have voted for this House to represent all Malawians. There is no doubt, Mr. First Deputy Speaker, sir, that this matter, as the Honorable Member for Mulanje West has said, this matter is of national importance. It is therefore for that reason that we want to eliminate all political elements, and that this House, subject to what Deza Kasina has said in terms of declaration of interest, that those who have got direct interest in this matter should declare their interest if they are included in the matter. For example, if people made comments immediately after the accident, those people, if they are included in the committee, should declare what they said during the investigations and during the searches. And therefore, they should not be part of this particular committee. Coming to Lilongwe Mpenu. Lilongwe Mpenu was suggesting that referring this matter to be investigated by a committee of parliament would, in his words, be reducing the weight of the matter. In my view, Mr. First Deputy Speaker, sir, I disagree. By elevating this matter to parliamentary investigation, we are actually elevating the weight of this matter. That it is a matter of national importance. Therefore, I don't expect a member of this House to be the first to pronounce themselves that the work of a parliamentary committee would be relegated to the peripheral and to be reduced to an entity. It is therefore my view that by His Excellency's referral this matter to this House, His Excellency is actually elevating this matter to the weight of this particular august House. Let me go quickly. I know it came by way of point of order. There's a casino about the final report of the PFU. I said very quickly, very clearly in my statement that if you look at the interim report of the BFU, it was not conclusive because there were several matters which they were still investigating. However, when you go to the final report of the BFU, it writes, if you read that report, it writes and it draws conclusions from the Commission of Inquiry, which my finding has found that the integrity of the inquiry is wanting. With those remarks, Mr. First Deputy Speaker, sir, I do agree with Zomba City North to applaud His Excellency the President for his wisdom. He has truly demonstrated to Malawians that he is a true professor of law. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, honourable members. I will only recognize the leader and then I'll suspend the House.
First Deputy Speaker, I think the matter that is being discussed is extremely important. I think issues of financing of a fresh inquiry came into light just to indicate that when it comes to matters of such importance, the state will always be ready to provide such resources. And therefore, we have no reason as a House to doubt whether such resources would indeed be made available. Beyond that, First Deputy Speaker, I also wanted to inform this House that at no point shall we undermine ourselves. Why am I saying this? This House is full of various professionals. They are in this House. We've got lawyers here, we've got accountants here, we've got engineers here, we've got all sorts of cadres. Doctors are here. We should not undermine ourselves. We've got the capacity in-house. When we'll be looking out, we'll only be looking for supplementary expertise to augment. Other than that, this House has got the capacity, has got the skills, competence within this House. And therefore, if it will please your office to constitute an ad hoc committee to deal with this matter, the bulk of resources are in-house. I submit, First Deputy Speaker.